Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. So let's talk about the Clippers, man. I know I'm a little late to covering this whole situation, but this gotta be one of the most sorriest teams ever. Once again, Paul George and James Harden choked. James Harden did the same thing he did in Philly a year prior. He did the same thing in Philly, the exact same thing. The man have replicated what he did in Philly. If you remember, he played 2 good games. Then he went missing and they lost the series. And he did the same thing as a Clipper. The man gave you 2 good games. Paul George gave you 2 good games. And that was it. And this is why we're always coming down hard on these players, man. James Harden continues to let you down. Every time, you get to the postseason, he always have 1 or 2 decent games. That's normal. He'll have 1 or 2 good games. That is a given. And when you finally start believing, he's going to do it, he reverts to his same bad habits. He doesn't show up. For some reason, big moments he can't play. I have never seen something like this. The man will give you 1 or 2 great games until it's game time, and then the man disappear. And Paul George, man, the man have all the skills in the world. Solid defender. He could shoot the 3, really good handles. He has a great game, but he's just not him, man. You'll hear people say, Paul George, he's better than Kawhi. No, he's not. A healthy Kawhi is more reliable than Paul George. We have the chips and we have the history to prove it. So you'll hear certain dudes talking about PG is the best Clipper. He's better than Kawhi. Like, you hear a bunch of nonsense. No, he's not. This is why he's not. Yes, in the regular season, there's games Paul George looked like the best Clipper. He's going to ball out. He's going to do his thing. And you're going to be like, yo, PG is the best Clipper. It'll look like that when you glimpse. Yes, he have games like that. But when it matters the most in the playoff and it's time to get serious, he ain't him. James Harden ain't him. And once again, both of them let down the Clippers, man. And Russell Westbrook and I like Russell Westbrook. We know he's going to give you effort, heart. He's a voice in the locker room. We know Russell Westbrook is going to play hard every night. You're going to get the best of Russell Westbrook every single night, every game. But the fact of the matter is, the man is a detriment to the team. He can't shoot. He can't shoot. So when he's on the floor, he's a liability because he can't shoot. And that's just a sad part, man. If Russ was able to hit his shots mid-range or whatever, this team would be a total different animal. Imagine if Russ had a legit shot, a legit jump shot. You could count on him half the times. This would have really changed the game for the Clippers, man. But the man can't shoot. And if he's not playing hard, if he's not playing pretty good defense, giving you energy and just, impacting the game in other ways, he's no good. He's useless. And as you see, man, the Clippers got ran out the gym. They got kicked out the playoff in the first round for the second season back-to-back. Kawhi's hurt once again. And it's the same old song, man. Just a different day. The same old song. And James Harden and Paul George, man, they're disappointing, man. They are so disappointing. And Paul George, his contract is up. And I don't even know if the Clippers are going to invest in re-signing Paul George. Because let's be honest, this is what he gets you. I don't care if, Kawhi is the best player on the team. PG should be good enough, him and James Harden, with Norman Powell, Russell Westbrook. That should be good enough to at least push a Game 7, man. But these dudes just can't get it done. And it's another failed season once again. And James Harden, he's looking for a max contract. And after this choke job, I can't see Steve Ballmer and the Clippers giving this man a max contract. No way in hell. What I'm going to do, pay you to lose? You're only good as the regular season. Playoff time, the man gave you 2 games. Game 1, they came out gunning. Everybody's like, yo, okay. And that was a good look. Then they lost Game 2. I think they lost Game 3. They won Game 4. They lost Game 5. And they lost Game 6. And you can't rely on James Harden. Can't rely on Paul George, man. By now it's evident. When he was in OKC with Russell Westbrook and they had Carmelo, which was the third option, they couldn't even get past the first round. Then he went to the Clippers. They had that one first year, they were supposed to go to the finals, beat the Lakers, And they had a better team. I don't care what anybody want to say. The Clippers had a better team. They should have beaten Denver, went up 3-1, got all comfortable. Paul George saying we ain't worried and choked that entire series away. They should have already won a chip, to be honest with you. But this is what happened when you play around with the game. You get comfortable, complacent, bad habits. And now 5 seasons later, and it's first round exit. Kawhi's always hurt. PG's hurt half the time. Now they have James Harden. He was great in the regular season. Now in the playoff, he gave you 2 good games. That was it. Paul George gave you 2 good games. That was it. And in a game 6, basically game 7, do or die, you got to win that game. They both choked. They were flunkies. And here we go again. And if I'm Steve Ballmer, I'm not wasting my energy. I'm not going to pay Paul George to keep losing. I'm not going to pay James Harden the money he wants because he's not proven. PG ain't proven. James Harden isn't proven. So you have 2 unproven players looking to be paid. I'm not spending money on that. Nah, man. If the Clippers want to keep PG around, it's whatever. But I'm not paying James Harden the money he wants. I'll pay him, but I'm not giving him the max. No way in hell. I'm going to give you the max at 34. You can't even get me to a game 7. Not happening. Of course, we knew without Kawhi, the Mavs were the favorites. Without Kawhi, the Mavs, they are the favorites. We all knew this, but that don't mean the Clippers, they're a slouch. They're a solid team. You got to find a way to get it done. And once again, James Harden let us down. Paul George let us down. Russell Westbrook, I won't say he let us down, but he can't shoot. And he's a problem. He's a liability in the playoffs because teams just sag off him. We don't have to even defend this guy. He can't shoot. This man was missing layups at the rim, like unbelievable. It's like he's nervous. The man is missing layup at the rim. And that's crazy. Russell Westbrook went from an MVP. KD left him. He won the MVP. He went from being that guy. And the way his career is ending, man, is bad. The man used to have a decent mid-range, a good mid-range shot. I don't know how your shot regressed. It's not like he's super old. Yes, he's, yes, he's out of his prime, just barely out of his prime. But still, you don't lose your jump shot that fast. You're 35, man. Him and Kevin Durant is the same age. We get it. Kevin Durant is a shooter. So I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying Russ used to have a decent mid-range. And it disappeared years ago. So not just now, his mid-range went up in smoke. I don't know what happened. And if he can't give you energy, he's not impacting the game in some other way, some intangibles, he's no good. I don't know what Steve Ballmer, the organization, is going to do. If I'm Ty Lue, I'm tired of this shit, man. These dudes just can't get it done. Another failed season, and James Harden trying to get paid. No, you're going to take what we give you. This is what we have to offer. Take it or leave it. That's how I would approach the situation. You either take what we're offering, or you could go elsewhere, go kick rocks. I'm not going to give you a max contract. You can't even win games. You must be out your goddamn mind. So James Harden did the same thing he did in Philly. And everybody said Doc Rivers. Oh, it's Doc Rivers coaching. Doc Rivers is the reason they lost. He's a Clipper now with Ty Lue. The same results. He loses in game 6. The same results. He did the same exact thing. 2 good games. That was it. So what do they got to say now? Because everybody was saying it's Doc Rivers. He can't coach. He's a bad coach. He doesn't make change in real time during the game, etc., etc. So now James Harden, he's a Clipper, and we see the same thing, deja vu. The same exact situation. And Paul George keeps on choking. They be talking about playoff P. I have yet to see playoff P. I've seen him once, maybe twice in the series, but where is playoff P? He went on vacation. And it's just the same old song, man. And if I'm Steve Ballmer, the organization, we got some real serious thinking and decisions to make. Because I am not giving James Harden the money he wants. And if I'm re-signing Paul George, I'm going to give him maybe a 2-year contract. 34, and I'm not committing for 3-4 seasons. No, that's too much. We have a 2-year contract for you, maybe 3. But the money won't be crazy. You're not proven, man. I know they paid Kawhi, they gave him his money. But there's not much out there, and he's proven. Even if he's always injured, he's proven. I know everybody, including myself, is like, oh, here we go again. Kawhi's hurt. It's the same story every season. But it's understandable. Obviously, his health is an issue. It's always been an issue. They got a lot of decisions to make. Personally, I would keep the team together. But as far as what James Harden is looking for financially, he's not getting that. I'm sorry. If he's not happy, he could walk. As far as PG, I'll give you about 2 years, maybe 3. But the money won't be insane because you dudes aren't proven. You're not winners, man. But it's a sad situation, man. The Clippers, once again, constant heartbreaks, letdowns. Kawhi's health, his knee, just health issues. Paul George is just unreliable. Now James Harden, which is unproven, he's a flunky. Russell Westbrook can't shoot if his life depend on it. It's just bad, man. But we're going to see what happened in this offseason, what moves are made. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.